The world's oceans are vast, enigmatic places full of countless mysteries and strange sights. 71% of the Earth's surface is covered in water. The Pacific Ocean alone already has a larger surface than all the continents of the world combined, and it is about 4,000 meters deep. Today, only about 5% of the sea has been really explored, and this raises the question of what could live down there? Yet, the mysterious secrets of the seas are not confined solely to what we can see, but rather also what we can hear. Now, over the years, there have been many mysterious sounds captured by underwater microphones known as hydrophones. Thanks to them, researchers have discovered really strange noises on the recordings that they cannot even assign to anything we know. So, have a listen to these strange sounds and let us know what you think. For a better sound experience, we advise that you use headphones. And let's get started with 6 strange sounds of the deep, dark sea. Number 6. Upsweep. One of the strangest of these enigmatic sounds is the one known as upsweep. The sound was first detected in 1991, emanating from across the entire Pacific. It consists of a long train of narrow-band upsweeping sounds of several seconds in duration each. To the ears, the sound itself is described as sounding like the wail of an ambulance or the undulating howl of some huge beast. The impressive geographical range of the sound makes it difficult to attribute it to anyone localized source. The sound is also highly seasonal, always peaking every spring and autumn, and no one is quite sure why. Furthermore, it has shown remarkable longevity, occurring at peak volume continuously from 1991 to 1994, and even after that, reverberating through the ocean at a lower intensity. One of the first ideas was that upsweep was caused by whales, but this theory was quickly abandoned as the volume was simply too high for any known whales to generate, and also it did not move around from season to season like the son of migrating whales should have done. The sound also was too much uniform to be attributed to whales, whose songs are typically high varied in the range, pitch, and amplitude. Seismic explanations were considered as well, but the uniformity and constant nature of upsweep did not fit in with what is typically heard for these events. It was also suggested that the sound could be caused by simple water movements and currents, producing a noise something akin to that of wind. Presently, it is thought that perhaps the sound is caused by the oscillation of some liquid as it reacts to coming into contact with lava. And one team of researchers think that they have identified the origin of the sound as being in the southern Pacific in the vicinity of volcanic activity. Yet the sound still does not conform to the known sound signatures of such events. Despite these various theories, the origin of upsweep remains a mystery. Number 5. Slow down. Another bizarre mystery sound is referred to as slow down, and it was first detected in the equatorial Pacific Ocean on May 19, 1997. It has been heard several times a year since, in both the Atlantic and the Pacific, and has been picked up on hydrophones nearly 3,100 miles apart. Slow down is named like this for its unusual characteristic of slowing down gradually over the course of 7 minutes. It has been described as sounding like an airplane going by. Slowdown has typically occurred too far from SOS-US hydrophones to get a good fix on the exact point of origin. But one thing that has remained consistent is that it always comes from the south. This has led to a speculation that it is perhaps emanating from the Antarctic. It was thought that the sound could perhaps be the result of military exercises using some new technology. But the Navy has denied any such activity in the area and maintains the sounds are not man-made. One theory for the sound has been that the noise is created by the friction created by icebergs grinding against each other, or the ocean floor, which would account for the slowing characteristic and eventual sudden stop of the sound. Additionally, the sound signature of slowdown has been shown to be somewhat similar to that of icebergs scraping together. But at the moment, the exact source of the sound remains unknown. Number 4. Julia. The movement of ice has been used to explain away other anomalous sounds as well. Another of the weirder sounds picked up on hydrophone arrays is one called Julia. The odd sound was detected in the equatorial Pacific on March 1st, 1999, and sounds like a person cooing or whining. The U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, said that the source of the sound was most likely the result of a massive iceberg ponderously rubbing against the seafloor. In fact, pictures from NASA's Apollo 33A5 showed a large shallow swaying through the southwest section of Cape Cadre at the same time of the recorded sound. Although still classified, the pictures apparently provided information that this unknown shadow was 2 times larger than the Empire State Building. Number 3. Train. Likewise, yet another sound known as train, which sounds like its name implies, like a distant train going with its wheels clattering along the tracks. This sound was recorded on March 4, 1997, on the Eastern Equatorial Pacific Autonomous Hydrophone Array, and is also generated when an iceberg is slowly moving and dragging its keel on the sea floor. Number 2. Whistle. Other noises have been chalked up to fire and not ice. Common explanation for a variety of weird ocean noises is the eruption of undersea volcanoes. One example is the sound known as whistle. Picked up in July 1997, the sound resembles that of a kettle of boiling water. It is thought that it is perhaps caused by an erupting submarine volcano. However, since the sound was only detected once and on only a single hydrophone, its origin may forever be a mystery. Number 1. The bloop. Besides the explanations of ice movement, volcanoes, and earthquakes, there has, from time to time, been speculation that these mysterious undersea sounds are caused by some sort of unknown sea creature. Perhaps one of the most well-known and baffling anomalous ocean sounds is known as the bloop. Recorded off the southern coast of South America by hydrophones nearly 3,000 miles apart, the sound is highly unusual in that it matches several of the common features found in sounds made by biological organisms, such as the rapid variation in frequency common in marine creatures. Scientists from NOAA's Pacific Marine Environmental Laboratory, PMEL, were eager to discover the sound's origin, but with about 95% of the ocean unexplored, theories abounded. Was the bloop coming from secret underwater military exercises, ship engines, fishing boat winches, giant squids, whales, or a sea creature unknown to science? As the years passed, PMEL researchers continued to deploy hydrophones ever closer to Antarctica in an ongoing effort to study the sounds of seafloor volcanoes and earthquakes. It was there, on Earth's lonely southernmost landmass, that they finally discovered the source of these thunderous rumbles from the deep in 2005. The bloop was the sound of an icequake, an iceberg cracking and breaking away from an Antarctic glacier. With global warming, more and more icequakes occur annually, breaking off glaciers, cracking and eventually melting into the ocean. An incredible 95% of all the oceans in the world still remain unseen by humans. This leaves the burning question of what could be lurking in these unexplored areas. Many experts believe that given the vastness of the ocean, it would not be a surprise if some large animals still remain undiscovered. There are video evidence which actually shows that this world is full of surprises and mysterious creatures under the water. Would you like to know them? If so, check out this video.